Hello, everyone. I am so excited you're here today. Thank you so much for being here to celebrate International Women's Day. We are so thrilled to have you here today on this special day. Thank you for taking time out of your day. It's so fun to see all of you chiming in about where you're from around the world. We just have so many amazing people in our global community here at Days for Girls. I see people from Michigan and Oregon and Colorado and Maryland and Canada and California and New York. This is just amazing. And we had hundreds of people register for today's event. So we are just thrilled to have you all here. Come on in, get settled. Everybody join us today. So just a heads up, this meeting is being recorded. This webinar is being recorded. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A section or the chat box, and our moderators will answer them. So today joining me live, I have Lauren Nelson, who is our amazing grants manager, and Katie Jones, who is our director of all things enterprises, chapters, and teams. You name it, Katie's on it. And we have other folks joining in today from pre-recorded videos that I'm excited to share with you. But before we get started, let me introduce myself. I am the Chief Development and Communications Officer here at Days for Girls International. I've been with Days for Girls almost 3 years now. And so this is my third virtual event that we've done in the spring. And I just love these events. I love connecting with our global community. It is so much fun. So thank you for being here today to celebrate International Women's Day. This is, like I said, a really special holiday for us because of our work to empower women and girls around the world to shatter this shame and stigma and limitations that come from the fact that we menstruate, which is a perfectly normal biological thing that we do, and it's amazing, and it should never have that shame and stigma. And so we are just so proud of the work that we do here at Days for Girls. And on this International Women's Day, I wanted to let you all know that we've launched our spring campaign, which is called She Can Do It. And this is the belief in the innate power and resilience of every woman around the world. We believe that she can do it as long as she has some basic fundamental things like proper products and menstrual health education to manage her menstruation. And so that is one of the key things that we do here at Days for Girls. That's our core mission. And on International Women's Day, it's just a wonderful opportunity for us to go ahead and launch our spring campaign. And this year, we are donating our spring campaign to our menstrual health education efforts so that we can make it more innovative, more engaging, and more widespread around the world. We can translate it into different languages. We can customize it for different grades. We can do innovative things to make it more engaging for the women and girls who are taking our menstrual health education programs and curriculums around the world. So Lauren is going to put a link in the chat box if you're interested in donating to that spring campaign and kicking us off on this International Women's Day. We would be grateful. We are our intent is to raise $250,000 between now and Menstrual Hygiene Day, which is the end of May. So we have a few months to raise that money, and we would be so grateful, so grateful for your support. So let's move on to our agenda for today. I see someone saying they can't hear sound. I am assuming everybody can hear me because everybody else can hear me since she's the only one saying that. But somebody please let me know if you cannot hear me. I think we are good to go. So I am going to let Katie and Lauren answer your questions and manage the chat, and I'm going to run the show here. Okay. So our agenda for today is that we are going to do some acknowledgments. I have some special people I want to thank, and then we're going to dive into some stories from around the world about our incredible work and the impact that we're making for women and girls in so many corners of this world. It's really amazing, and I feel so proud to be able to share that with you today. And then we have a raffle drawing, which is really cool. We have some amazing gifts from our partners that I can't wait to show you. So let's go ahead and dive in. First, I want to say thank you to our impact partners. If you or your organization is interested in becoming an impact partner, please join us at this link. There's so much that we can do to work together to empower women and girls and make a difference in the world. If you are interested in becoming an impact partner, you will join a whole host of amazing brands like This Is Elle and Goldman Sachs and the Starbucks Foundation, Altera Advisors, Floor & B, Rise Gatherings, the Honey Pot, the Rotary, Dwell Cares, International Games, IGG, AARP, PopSockets, Revlon. There are so many amazing partners that we have around the world that support our vital work for women and girls. And the raffle prizes that we got donated for today are so much fun. So please stay to the end for our incredible raffle prizes, because you must be present to win the raffle prizes. So we're going to take all the names at the end that are still in attendance, and we are going to draw random winners for the raffle prizes. And then if your name is picked, please, please, please look for an email from or a message from Lauren in the Zoom chat, and Lauren is going to get your mailing address so that we can send those raffle prizes off to you. All right, so the first raffle giveaway we have is from Dagny Dover, which is a classic tote in graphite color. These totes are incredible, and it's retailed at $255. So this is a really cool giveaway. We are so honored to be able to donate this today to our incredible global community. So please stay to the end if you're interested in getting that giveaway. And then we have multiple raffles from Nickel and Suede, which is an incredible jewelry they manufacture. They make custom jewelry, and they've done some incredible work with us in the past. Their earrings are made out of leather, so they're big, but they're very lightweight, and so they're very comfortable to wear. And so we're giving away a variety of different Nickel and Suede earrings today. Thanks to them and their support. And so there are 3 different pairs. There's the first one gets that first set of earrings. The second drawing gets this, and then the third drawing gets a bundle of both earrings that retails at $74. So that's really, really cool. And then our partner Rise Gatherings is offering a $100 discount as part of our raffle giveaway. And so one of you will be lucky enough to win a $100 discount. If you're interested in going on a Rise Gatherings weekend getaway, you'll be able to win this as well. So let's keep moving on. We have so much to do today on this International Women's Day. And I just want to say thank you so much to the people who support Days for Girls, all of our partner organizations that help make our work possible in remote corners of the world, bringing Days for Girls kits to women and girls who need them. Our Days for Girls social entrepreneurs, you are amazing, amazing leaders, and we are so proud to be in partnership with you. And thank you to our Days for Girls chapters, teams, clubs, and volunteers from around the globe, and our Days for Girls staff for making our work possible. You are core to our work at Days for Girls, and we could not do this work without you. So our amazing CEO, Tiffany Larson, could not be here today, and I'm going to let her tell you why. But she recorded a little video that I'm going to play with you just to say hi. She was planning on being here today, but something special came up. So I'm going to let her tell you about that.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tiffany Larson, CEO of Days for Girls International. Welcome to this Days for Girls International Women's Day virtual event. I'm so sorry that I can't be with each of you live for this event. I was so looking forward to it, and I was planning on it, but Days for Girls had an incredible opportunity to be awarded a national award here in the US. And so I am almost as we speak going to be accepting that award on behalf of all of us and the women that we serve. So I am here with you in spirit, and I wanted to record a quick video to just share with you my love and my thoughts with you. Thank you so much for joining us, first of all, wherever you are coming from around the globe. Days for Girls has an incredible community of stakeholders from literally around the world. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being here, whether you've been here from the very beginning when Days for Girls began in 2008, or whether you've gotten involved more recently, or whether you just heard that menstruation is an issue and you're curious about learning more. Thank you for being here. Days for Girls work is only possible because of something that here at Days for Girls we call the power of we. And that is that all collectively, all of us rallying together around the world stand up to say menstruation matters, and we can envision a world where periods are never a problem. And we're going to end this now. Days for Girls founder Celeste Mergen says often that there's a lot of problems in this world, but this doesn't have to be one of them. We can change this in our lifetimes, and we're seeing that happen in real time. Thank you so much for being part of the solution. Today, here on this call, you're going to be hearing about projects and initiatives that Days for Girls has happening all around the world. And unfortunately, due to time, we can't do all of the projects that we have, but we're going to highlight just a couple. So get ready for some major inspiration. We're going to be focusing on our work that's going on in Cambodia, education initiatives. We're going to be focusing on projects going on in Kenya. We're going to be focusing today on our work with refugees and with those that have been impacted by disasters and in need of disaster relief. The work that Days for Girls is doing matters, and it matters because it is a tangible way that impacts women and girls. Days for Girls, you could consider Days for Girls to be a period organization, but I actually don't consider it to be a period organization. We're all about removing periods as a barrier so that women and girls can open the door to their full potential and all the opportunity that is available to them in life, without periods holding them back for 5 days a month. Because we need more women and girls and their voices and perspectives and leadership at all the tables and in all the circles, because we know that when women step into their strength and their power, that they're able to impact their families, their communities, their nations. Thank you so much for being here. The work that we're doing matters, and it is working in real time. The future is bright, and I'm so excited to be doing this together with you. Thank you so much.
Well, I am excited to announce that the award, which we weren't sure when we were going to be able to announce this because it was confidential at first. The award that we won is the National Coffee Association Award. And thanks to our partners at Starbucks and the National Coffee Association for allowing us to be the charity partner this year. So Tiffany is literally, as we speak today, speaking to the board of directors of the National Coffee Association. And then tomorrow on Friday, we'll be accepting that award live. And if you haven't, we did announce that on our social media. And so it's a really big deal. And we're really, really excited to be honored that award.
Hello, everyone.
And so let's go to the next page. All right. Around the world with Days for Girls. So let's talk about some stories and some work that we're doing around the world. I am really excited to introduce you all to Buya Mkanzo. She is our Kenya country manager, and she is so impressive. I am so impressed by all the incredible work she's doing at Days for Girls Kenya. And she just recently won an award herself for the work she does in Kenya as a professional and as a social impact leader. So we are so proud to share with you today Buya and the work she's doing in Kenya. I'm going to let her speak for herself as well.
Hi, everyone. My name is Buya Mkanzo, and I serve as the country manager for Kenya at Days for Girls. Happy International Women's Day. In my presentation today, I'll take you through how Days for Girls Kenya is advancing gender equality through innovation and technology. I'll give a bit of background story on menstrual health statistics in Kenya, so that you can have an understanding of what this is all about. In Kenya, sadly, 65% of women and girls are unable to afford sanitary pads. And statistics also show that only 50% of girls say that they openly discuss menstruation, which is a natural phenomenon, at home. Surprisingly, only 32% of schools in rural areas have a private place for the girls to change the menstrual health product. And in addition, only 12% of girls in Kenya would be comfortable receiving information on menstrual health from their mothers. Research also shows that 2 out of 3 pad users in rural Kenya receive them from sexual partners, which is very worrying, and that 1 in 4 girls do not associate menstruation with pregnancy. Days for Girls Kenya exists to support adolescent girls in menstrual health management in Kenya, including providing access to timely menstruation and puberty education, improved access and affordability for low-income consumers, integration of community involved in menstrual health product management for economic empowerment, and community ownership and improved menstrual health management at the grassroots level. I will take you through a personal experience for one of our enterprise leader who's a champion in menstrual health management. And the photo on your screen is of Christine, a menstrual health champion based in Kenya. At the age of 12, Christine remembers getting her first menstrual period when at school. Sadly, at 12, she did not know anything about menstruation, and to her, this came as a surprise. It was very shocking. It also did not help that her immediate caregiver did not equip her with tools and products to handle this new phase of life. And so every month was dreaded. So Christine dreaded her monthly periods because they were a reminder of her being left at school and also the lack of support at home. Eventually, things became more difficult, and in pursuit of menstrual health management products, Christine dropped out of school to be with a man who then could afford sanitary towels that would make her monthly periods bearable. However, they say that when life hands you lemons, you need to make lemonade out of it. We recently went down memory lane with Christine, who's now an expert sewist of menstrual health management products in Kenya, as well as menstrual health educator, as she conducted a refresher training of our two recently launched enterprises in Mount Elgon in Kenya. The map on your screen is a map on Mount Elgon, and I'll give you a little more context about this region in Kenya. Mount Elgon is a region that's towards the border of Kenya and Uganda in Western Kenya, and it's famously known for insecurity that led to the deaths and displacement of hundreds of people about 10 years back. The Sabot Land Defense Force was a guerrilla militia operating in the Mount Elgon region since 2005, and it's accused of killing more than 600 people and of committing a variety of atrocities, including murder, torture, rape, destruction of property, and theft. And as a result, more than 66,000 people were displaced as a result of this activity between the militia and security forces. Even sadder, some women were beaten in their homes, and they have a permanent reminder of ears that were cut off, which was a signature mutilation of the Sabot Land Defense Force, who used to cut and chop off ears of people that did not obey them. 15 years later, normalcy is returning, and the communities in Mount Elgon are slowly picking up their pieces for a fresh start, and Days for Girls Kenya has the privilege to be part of this new start. For that reason, Days for Girls Kenya has set up 2 production units in the area to serve the population and the Western region at large by producing and distributing menstrual health products, as well as educating the community on menstrual health management. This is a beautiful team from Mount Elgon Enterprise. So Gladys, enterprise leader, is grateful that she's able to create an income for herself, as well as to change the narratives for women and girls in that region. In particular, Gladys, who's the third from right, had difficult menstrual health experience. And also, just like Christine, she recalls not being able to talk openly about this with her parents when she started menstruating. In addition, she talks about using very odd items to collect her menses, and it was very difficult. So when the opportunity arose, she vowed to ensure that no single girl in Mount Elgon would use improvised products like she did. On the second right, also, we have Max Miller, who's one of our oldest sewists at Days for Girls International. She's 70 plus years old. As you can see very clearly, both photos are for Max Miller, who's her oldest sewist in Mount Elgon. For Max Miller, growing up in the 70s, things were really tough. Even the rugs that Gladys is talking about, she could not access. They were out of reach, and her personal experience involved using leaves and animal skin because those were the available options, and they would make her really uncomfortable. So literally for her life would come to a standstill for a few days of the month. And it's over 20 years she needed to use the menstrual health management items because she's now post-menopause. However, she's determined to change the narrative for the next generation, and Days for Girls Kenya is here to actualize this. You probably are asking, is the government of Kenya involved in menstrual health management? I think I've shared a couple of sad stories. Yeah. So, of course, the government has made very significant steps to ensure that women in Kenya are able to have a safe and manageable menstrual health experience. And therefore, the government has launched the 2019 to 2030 menstrual hygiene management policy that talks about everything menstrual health and the support that is needed. And also at the same time, one of the significant things the Kenyan government did is to ensure that menstrual health products are zero rated. In the past 12 months, over 40,000 kits have been distributed directly in Kenya by Days for Girls Kenya, as well as menstrual health management education disseminated to over 100,000 young adults, both physically and online. And as you probably are aware, we do deliver digitally menstrual health management policy at the Days for Girls website. And Kenyan youth have had the privilege to just go through the website to have an understanding and correct and consistent information of what menstrual health management is about. And this has been really empowering because now they're able to comfortably manage their menstruation and also be furnished with correct and consistent information. Days for Girls Kenya is on a mission to ensure that no single girl would have to choose between education and periods. And so through more than 20 enterprises across the country, we're able to manufacture products as well as ensure that we're providing a safe space where girls can actually receive information on their menstruation, while at the same time also ensuring that our enterprise leaders and our SOEs are able to make an income out of it. So this is such an incredible model that Days for Girls has to ensure that no Kenyan girl would have to miss school due to menstrual health, and also just ensure that we're able to provide the entire Kenyan population with an affordable menstrual health management product. And back to Christine's story. Christine, Gladys, Max Miller, together with our team in Mount Elgon and the entire 20 production units that we have across the country, our dedicated staff, our advisory board, our volunteers are here to actualize our dream to ensure that we're able to provide women and girls with menstrual health management products. Happy International Women's Day once again, and thank you so much for joining this call. Thank you.
Isn't Booyah just great? I just love her and so appreciate her recording that video ahead of time because it is the time difference. It is very difficult for her to be at this event live. So let's move on to Layla Eisensong. So Layla would be here as well, but however, she's in Cambodia right now in the field, and she's going to tell you all about the work that she's doing there. Let's hear it straight from her.
Hi everyone, Layla Eisensong here, Days for Girls Chief Programs Officer. I'm recording this today from Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and I'm really excited to share with you more about our teacher training and education project here. So in 2019 to 2022, we implemented a pilot project in partnership with the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport here in Cambodia, and we aimed to increase access to timely, accurate, well-delivered, age and culturally appropriate menstrual health education. So why was this needed here in Cambodia? Like many countries around the world, young people, including students, have significant knowledge gaps when it comes to puberty and menstrual health. For example, in a study we conducted in 2022 in Siem Reap province of 360 school-aged girls, 298 of those girls were classified as having poor menstrual health knowledge, scoring 49% or below in the knowledge questions that we asked them. In a separate study across 3 provinces in Cambodia, only 25% of students knew the average menstrual cycle duration. So you can see here that there are significant knowledge gaps surrounding menstrual health. In addition, within the education system here in Cambodia, there's challenges with relation to lesson content for menstrual health and also lesson timing. So the menstrual health education in the national curriculum here is not very comprehensive. It touches on it, but there's not much detail, and it comes quite late in grade 9. And so a lot of girls have already started their period by that time, and they didn't know what was happening inside of their bodies as a result. In addition, and connected to that, is that teachers, although they are one of the preferred sources of questions when girls want to know more about puberty and menstruation here in Cambodia, a lot of teachers lack access to the information themselves and have knowledge gaps. And there is no teacher training in Cambodia around menstrual health and how to teach it in an effective way. And so as a result, a lot of teachers end up skipping the content in the curriculum or teaching it with less than ideal delivery methods because they don't have the information or the training themselves. And you can see some statistics here on the screen. So the Ministry of Education here in Cambodia identified this as a challenge within the Cambodian education system and really sees how this is directly linked to girls in school and accessing education and also gender equity. And so as a result, they reached out to Days for Girls and asked to partner with us to develop and implement a teacher training project, as well as then carrying that across into the delivery of lessons in the classroom to students. So our pilot project, we delivered and implemented a teacher training. We also designed a set of grade 5 lessons that were about introduction to puberty and menstruation. And you can see those on the screen here, both in English and in the Khmer language. And these lessons combined portions of Days for Girls Ambassador of Women's Health flip chart curriculum, and then weaved through a story that was by working with Wash United, a beautiful story that they have, which we adapted into the Cambodian context, as well as a number of really interactive activities that got the students very engaged. And so then finally, of course, we also conducted monitoring, learning and evaluation to ensure that we were measuring the impact and effectiveness of our program. So where did we work? Throughout the pilot project, we worked in Phnom Penh, as well as 3 provinces up in the north in Ratanakiri, Mondulkiri and Krache provinces. So before we got started, we worked directly with each of the education departments in these different provinces to make sure that we were respecting and honouring and collaborating with the provincial governments. And they were incredibly passionate about the project and had significant buy-in. In each meeting that I had that you can see here on the screen, they were saying, we're so glad that you're here. This is such a challenge within our community. And we're so glad that we're working together to address this. We've then worked at the Teacher Education College in Phnom Penh. So on your screen, what you are seeing is 10 of the country's top 10 master teachers. It is their responsibility to train all of the teachers throughout the country and to ensure that they are taking the curriculum and teaching it in the classroom correctly. So we got to first engage with these incredible teachers, and they were baffled that they had never studied menstrual health before. One of them stood up at the end of the lessons and banged her fist on the table and said, "Layla, until today, I thought men got their period too. How did I not know this?" And so from that day, they vowed to be heavily involved in the project and wanted to come with us to each of the provinces so that they could assist in training the teachers in those different provinces. So that's exactly what we did. We travelled out to Ratanakiri, Mondulkiri and Krache, and we delivered our teacher training program. And we can see here on the left-hand side, this is Miss Undai, one of the master teachers from Phnom Penh, helping to deliver this teacher training to the classroom teachers from that province. We went to each province and did the same, and I was incredibly impressed with how engaged all of the teachers were, both male and female teachers, and how important this was for their community and for their students. Here's some more photos of the teacher training. Then in each province, after participating in the teacher training, these teachers had a couple of days to prepare, and then they took everything that they had learnt and taught the Days for Girls grade 5 lessons to their students. And so rather than tell you all about it, I'm going to show you it in photos because the photos are absolutely beautiful, seeing these students engage in the content and engage in the activities. So overall, in our pilot project, we trained 34 teachers. We engaged with 7 educational institutions, as well as 5 Ministry of Education entities. We taught 471 students. We conducted 800 surveys with the teachers and the students. We did 6 focus group discussions, 5 in-depth interviews with teachers, and of course we worked in 3 provinces and Phnom Penh. And I'm really pleased to share that the project was incredibly effective. So we can see here on the screen some of our monitoring, learning and evaluation data that was collected. And one of the main findings is that teachers' knowledge about puberty and menstrual health increased significantly. So prior to participating in Days for Girls teacher training, 0% of the teachers knew the phases of the menstrual cycle. After participating, 100% knew the correct answer. Similarly, only 12% could answer the average age that boys start puberty prior to the training. After the training, 91% got the answer correct. Only 47% knew the average age of menarche for girls at the beginning, and then after participating in the training, 94% knew the correct answer. And similarly, 0% of teachers knew how long sperm can live inside the fallopian tube and uterus prior to the training, and 100% knew the answer afterwards. We also saw teachers' confidence in discussing and teaching menstrual health increase significantly. Here's a quote from one of the male teachers in Ratanakiri. He says, "When I was a student, I had much shyness, but now I am a teacher and I'm a leader. I have to let go of my shyness and make sure that students get this knowledge." Gives me goosebumps. We also saw the students' knowledge increase significantly as well. Prior to studying our lessons, 56% of students believed that menstruation is a natural sign of being a healthy woman. After they studied the lessons, 91% believed that this to be true. Before the lessons, only 25% of students knew the average duration of the menstrual cycle, compared to 88% after. And only 19% of students knew the correct age of menarche, or average age of menarche, prior to the training, and 81% knew the answer afterwards. So again, we're seeing a really good increase in the students' knowledge. We also saw the students' confidence talking about menstruation increase. Prior to the training, only 54% of students felt confident talking about menstruation. That increased to 79% immediately after the training, and up again to 85% 4 months later when we went back to engage with them again. Here are some beautiful quotes from the focus group discussions from the female students after attending the training. One female shared, "I am happy that we get to know a lot. It's a kind of experience. When we grow up, we won't be nervous. If there is no menstruation, there won't be any humans on earth." Another shared, "I will tell my younger sister so she won't be scared and she will know how to take care of her body." Another shared, "Now I know the causes of having menstruation, so now I feel normal towards menstruation." And finally, "I would like to request for the teacher to teach us more." From some male students, one shared that, "I will share this to my family and my community. I will share to other men too, as they will have a mother, a sister, or female relatives. He will also be able to share to others too." And finally, "My teacher said menstruation is a common thing for healthy women. If there is no menstruation, there won't be any of us here." So after the implementation phase was over, we had the absolute honour of meeting with the Undersecretary of State, Her Excellency Kun Ratchana. And these are some photos from that meeting in November of 2022, where we worked with her to co-design the project for 2023. And she is Days for Girls' biggest advocate in Cambodia. She is pushing behind the scenes and making sure that this project can expand, which is really, really inspiring. We also met with a number of other Ministry of Education stakeholders to present the findings of our MLE study and to talk and get feedback to design the project for this year. We also, of course, went back to each province and met with the education directors to report back on how the project went and to get their feedback. And then met with all of the teachers and were able to show them everything that they had achieved in the data and get their feedback and ideas for expansion of the project as well. So 2023 to 2025, we have just signed a new MOU with the Ministry of Education because they want us to expand this project throughout the country. And for those 3 years, we aim to train 600 teachers. We aim to educate 15,000 students, and we aim to integrate Days for Girls kits into this project by locally producing 7,500 Days for Girls kits at the enterprise in Cambodia and distributing them when we are delivering the education to those female students. And this has been a request from the ministry here in Phnom Penh, but also from all of the school communities, the principals and the teachers as well. We will also be expanding the project to one additional province in Cambodia, and you can see here on the screen that's Sihanoukville, or also known as Kampong Som province. And this is actually the reason I'm not able to be here with you live today, because right now I am out in Kampong Som province delivering a teacher education and training with the Teacher Education College. And this is a really special province because out of the 25 provinces in Cambodia, there is only one province that has a female provincial education director, and this is the province. So here we are meeting with this amazing education director in November of last year, where she requested that the project be expanded into her province because she feels so passionate about menstrual health and it being key for her community. And so that is where I am today, delivering the teacher training at the Teacher Education College. And I can't wait to report back on how it goes. So finally, I will leave it there. Thank you so much for listening. And I really look forward to working with each of you to reach teachers and students in Cambodia with menstrual health education and product. Thank you.
This project is just so exciting, and it's something that, you know, is going to continue year after year. And the impact that this is going to have is really something that we're very, very proud of. So now I'm excited to introduce Katie Jones, who is joining us live. Yay, Katie!
Yay.
So Katie is our Associate Chapters Director, and she also is, I mean, she's just incredible and does so much amazing work. So I'm going to let her talk about her work trying to reach individuals who have been displaced or refugees as a result of humanitarian crises.
Yes, thank you so much, Jessica. I cannot think of a more perfect way to celebrate International Women's Day than by being here with you to celebrate women and girls and successes and the ways that we're building and supporting communities all around us. So my name's Katie Jones. I'm the Associate Programs Director working with chapters and enterprises, and I work out of Salt Lake City, Utah. So it's a great place to be and so much fun. I am privileged today to be able to highlight the humanitarian work of our global volunteers. The story of humanitarian projects at Days for Girls is a journey of meeting people where they are and providing them with lift, love, and forward momentum. Although each person served varies in age, ethnicity, location, and appearance, the Days for Girls kit and menstrual health education satisfies a basic need. This provides a springboard for girls, women, and communities to improve education and livelihood outcomes. Deaf children living in rural communities in Ethiopia often experience discrimination and exclusion, and as a result, they have no or very little access to education. The volunteers at Days for Girls UK partnered with the Ethiopia Deaf Project, and this is a group that specifically focuses on fundraising and donating to the Ambo Lazarus Deaf School in Ethiopia. The school creates a welcoming environment, it's very inclusive, and now this school includes providing access to menstrual health. 2,000 kits alongside menstrual health education were delivered, and our UK volunteers said, "It is a huge honor to be able to aid in keeping these girls in a school specialized for their learning." With the support of This Is Elle, USA volunteers focused on thinking local. Chapters and teams were encouraged to reach out to local organizations to support menstrual health of women and girls right in their home communities. And the overarching goal was to create a period positive community and really spread this mindset all around. When we work with diverse populations, we really want to provide menstrual product options because everyone's circumstances differ. So we look at things like access to water, access to soap, are there washing and drying facilities, or is privacy available? Because it may or may not be. So we offer hybrid kits. And a hybrid kit is so that the recipient can choose. They can choose how they want to handle their period or their cycle. They include a mix of disposable pads, washable pads, and a menstrual cup. This provides everyone with the option to care for their period according to their preference. Our volunteers reached out to local organizations and found success in places they'd never imagined. Hybrid kits and education were delivered to shelters, neighbors, food pantries, school districts, universities, refugee support agencies, diaper banks, schools, community theaters, and immigrant communities in the USA. This project was launched August 30th of 2022. It has been so successful. Our teams have been on fire reaching out and also had so much fun doing it that this project was extended till the end of March 2023. And after shipping 1,023 packages of tampons and pads and also 5,513 menstrual cups that our volunteers requested to go out in the field, we have surpassed our goal. Our goal was to reach 6,500 people who menstruate in the USA. But as of this morning, we've reached 8,903 people with periods, and we are so excited. We're not done yet. Local distributions decrease stigma and shame throughout our own communities, and they provide a lift to everyone. Our volunteers from Australia are elevating, expanding, and lifting local leaders in the Oceania region by working together with the teams there. This is a picture of our beautiful Fiji West team. They make gold standard Days for Girls kits and teach menstrual health curriculum throughout the island. Millie is one of the team leaders, and this is what she says about being part of Days for Girls. It's very educational for me now, and I find I'm having more conversations with women about it. I'm actually having fun enjoying it all. And isn't that what we want? We want to make periods fun. Even today, we are still finding out our girls just happen to have their period and then mom buys the packs. There's no conversation. We're also shifting our education to include the younger 8 to 9-year-olds, as we find more and more are getting their periods younger. So our DFG training actually prepares them before they get period. Our Fiji West team is working in a place called the Tavua Heart Home. And this is a low-cost community that has a very big population of girls in secondary school. And so Millie tells us even more about working with this population. We have chosen this community because it's outside of the Latuka boundary. And the further we get out of Latuka, the less the contact made with other care organizations. There are many teenage female children in these areas. It's also now common for Fiji for younger girls that their period has come way earlier than, say, those in the same year, over 10 to 12. Areas like this also have young pregnant women, young mothers, and female school dropouts. We provide education to young men also. We tell mothers to be aware also when a girl gets her period, perhaps the male member of the family can help around the house to lighten the burden for a young girl. And this is what happens when women work together and support local leaders. Great job to our Fiji West team and our Australian volunteers providing amazing support. And South Sudan gained independence on January 9th, 2011, and that makes it the most recent sovereign state or country that is recognized as of 2023. But in December 2013, there was a political power struggle between the president and also a former deputy, which resulted in a 7-year-long civil war. On February 20th, 2020, there was a peace deal that was agreed to, but despite the official end of the war, residents there are still seeing violence between militia groups and on a community level. And so that has continued. But when the Women's Relief Organization reached out asking for menstrual health support in South Sudan, Days for Girls Canada volunteers put their sewing machines to work. 1,290 Days for Girls kits were sent to South Sudan. Walter, the Women's Relief Agency representative, commented that girls and women of South Sudan are so happy for these donations, and we are asking for more so that we can cover all rural areas of South Sudan. And then this next slide is a picture of the local ambassador of Women's Health, You can see on the left that she is showing the girls how to use and care for the kit. And then on the right, she's explaining the contents of the kit and what each of them is for. Thank you to all those who have donated time, skill, resources, and your heart. Our collective efforts enhance productivity, foster confidence, and improve quality of life. And we are all in this together. We are all fighting to decrease period poverty. When we put all these pieces together, when we gather all of our efforts and add them all up together, we see 2,000 girls lifted in Ethiopia, 8,903 people who menstruate supported in the USA, women growing into local leaders in Fiji and improving access to menstrual health, 1,290 women and girls gaining confidence in South Sudan, and so much more in the menstrual health field. The former founder of FedEx, the former founder and CEO of FedEx, Fred Smith, said, "The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing." And with that in mind, everything we do at Days for Girls is about strengthening a girl, lifting a woman, and growing a solid community so that they can expand and be lifted. I want to end with a story about this girl in Venezuela. Her name is Lydie, and when she was 7 years old, her mother passed away. She lives with her brother and her father's in a lower income area, kind of out away from the main town of Venezuela. And when she heard that there was going to be a session that was just for girls, it was just for women, she was so excited to come. In fact, she was so excited that she put on her dress, she dressed up and came to the Ambassador of Women's Health session. It just so happened at the end that the kit that she received matched her dress. And so she was even more excited to start her period. Access to menstrual health provides a foundation so girls, women, and communities can experience upward mobility. Because when women and girls are able to thrive, our world grows stronger. Period. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and tell us all about the incredible work. And thank you to all the chapters and teams and clubs and all of the work that you're doing and our partners from around the world making this possible. We could not do this without you. So now we have come to the raffle prize portion of the event, which I know you're all excited about. So if you've stuck in here to the end, great job. Thank you so much for being here. And we want to show our appreciation to our global community by celebrating you and giving away some fun raffle prizes. So I have gotten some names from our friend Lauren out there, who is managing everything today on the back end for me. So Lauren, if you want to send me over those names, we'll go ahead and get started. So our first raffle prize is for Dagny Dover. Again, this is a classic tote and graphite retail, and I am really excited to give this away. I wish I could win this because it looks really, really cool. So I'm really thrilled about that. Let me see here, Lauren. I did not see. Oh, there they are. There are the names. Sorry, my bad. So this goes to Roxana Martel. Roxana Martel, you are the winner of the Dagny Dover classic tote. So Lauren is going to send you a message, and she's going to get your mailing address, and we'll get that sent out to you. So our next raffle prize is from Nickel & Suede. It's the cantaloupe petal earrings. It's a retails at $32, and that's going to go to Tamara Boos. I think I'm saying that right, B-E-U-S. I apologize if I'm not saying your last name correctly, but Tamara, you're the winner of our cantaloupe petal earrings that retail at $32, and Lauren's going to reach out to you and get your mailing address as well, and we'll be sending those to you in the mail. Our third raffle prize winner is Marty Bokel. I hope I'm saying this right. I apologize if I'm not. Marty, you're the winner of the cantaloupe posy earrings. They retail at $42, and Lauren will be reaching out to you as well to get your mailing address. And our, let's see, fourth, we have so many raffle prizes, so many amazing partners. Our fourth winner for today is Jessica, and that's spelled Jessika Lee Da Silva. Jessica, you get the package pair of both earrings, the bundle that retails at $74 from Nickel & Suede. Very cool. I wish I could see these earrings in person. I'd love to have a pair myself. So much fun. I hope you enjoy these earrings from Nickel & Suede. And then our final winner today is Ashley Zalinga. I hope I'm saying that right, Zilenga. And this is for a $100 discount to a Rise Gatherings weekend getaway. Lauren will send this over to you, this voucher, so that you'll have it. But it is good for you, Ashley, to use through this year if you're interested in going on a Rise Gatherings weekend getaway. So that brings us to the end of our program for today. And I just want to say thank you for being here. And thank you for supporting Days for Girls. We are on a mission to make sure that periods are never a problem for women, girls, and people with periods around the world. And our mission is to shatter the shame and stigma and limitations associated with menstruation by delivering education and products to support people who menstruate. So thank you for being here. And please consider supporting our spring campaign. And we'll share that link one more time before we go. And we would be so grateful for your support. And please visit daysforgirls.org if you have any additional questions. There's so much wonderful information on our website. You can follow us at Days for Girls on social media, where you can get updates on our programs and our stories from around the world, regular updates that you won't get anywhere else. And so make sure you're following us. Make sure you're signed up for our newsletter. You're listening to our podcast. Make sure you're getting all the things Days for Girls and staying connected to this incredible work that we do to support women. And on this International Women's Day, I just want to celebrate all the women out there and all of the work that we're doing to support one another. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'm going to hang on a little bit longer and make sure Lauren's getting all of those messages taken care of with the raffle prize winners, and make sure that you're getting the link to donate if you're interested. And thank you so much for being here today. We will send out the recording to everyone who registered if you'd like to watch it again. And it'll also go out in our next newsletter. So thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy International Women's Day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.